Wow. I was in jail last November, and here this November really is a big difference. Thank you very much. I'm a bit excited, that's why, sorry. Mr. President, thank you very much. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Distinguished guests, colleagues, Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, humankind has witnessed a battle between good and evil for ages, between making and breaking, innocence and barbarism, the will to survive and the obsession with destruction, totalitarianism and democracy. This is a battle handed to us, and quite possibly one we will hand over to our children. History will judge us based on which side we took. Did we support the oppression or those who resisted it? Did we struggle for mankind's freedom or its enslavement? Did we listen to the voice of our conscience or our fears? These are the questions we ask ourselves today at this historic junction. A totalitarian power is dragging my country towards a one-man dictatorship and wields every resource of the state in his command. And millions, squeezed at the edge of a cliff, watch the looming powers of darkness. Few shout out, but most stay silent, worried. What we are defending isn't just our lifestyle, it's everything that's worthy for us, like human rights, a democratic country, freedom of the press, separation of powers, a rule of law, equality of the sexes, the only secular and democratic regime in the Muslim world, a member of the European Council, and Atatürk's republic. What we are facing is a political leader who dislikes democracy, who cannot suffer critical voices, an enemy of a free press and the internet, and one is prepared to risk everything to become the single ruler of the country. He derives his power not only from a weak opposition, his propaganda machine, and his skills in using religion for political aims, but also from the indirect support of a silent Europe, brought by the threat of opening the gates for refugees. We, in the meantime, are forced to defend the Western values that we are fighting for, even before these Western governments who just watch this oppression. Now, imagine yourself in a poor family home in the southeastern Turkey for a moment. The mayor you elected with 55% of the votes has been arrested overnight and replaced by a civil servant. You are totally unaware because the TV station you watch, the radio you listen to, the newspaper you read, they've all been raided. The staff dragged by the hair into detention, the offices are sealed. You try to internet instead, desperate to know what's happening, but it's blocked. You are cut off from the world. On the following morning, you hear that the leader and the MPs of the party you and 6 million other citizens voted for, the country's third biggest party, have all been detained. When you try to go out onto the streets to protest, the police respond with heavy weapons. The will of the parliament and the voice of the press have been crushed. Every single democratic channel you have to show your reaction is shut down. I am here to make this family's voice heard. A couple of days ago, every single editor of my paper, Cumhuriyet, was arrested. They are my close friends, each and every one. Their only crime was writing, reporting, or drawing caricatures, and of course with brave opposition. I'm here to voice their outrage. This is the worst era of opposition in our country, in our history. We are fighting for the triumph of freedom over oppression in this age-old battle. You who know German history know best what happens if this battle is lost. And it's good to have some reactions from authorities nowadays. You are concerned. Please don't be concerned any longer. Do something. Come and observe their trials. Visit them in jail. Publish their books, articles. Give them space in your papers. Follow up and spread their censored news. Invite them as guest editors, interns, guest authors. Don't just watch as a democratic country falls into the hands of fascism. This is decision time for us, for all of us. Are we going to support oppression or those who make a stand against it? I regard this prize as a symbol of your support for the freedom fighters of what I called other Turkey, that resist the regime of oppression. And I'm delighted to accept it on behalf of my colleagues in prison. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.